Hi, it's Moose99. Welcome to episode 7 of our Factorio Let's Play. So, in the last episode, I was fretting about biters. So this is our pollution cloud, and you can see it's touching a number of these red dots here, which are enemy nests. Now, they're half-size enemy nests, because I'm not really pro-biter in the game. So I nerfed them a bit to make them easier to deal with. So what I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to run down and take out one of these nests, or try to anyways. I'm not super good at fighting these guys. And I'll kind of do one, and when that's done, I'm going to pause it, then I'll run around and sort of clean things up, and then we'll come back and do the stuff I really like doing, which is the building and stuff like that. But I'm getting repeated attacks, especially on my power down here. So I'm going to run down, start with these guys down here, sort of clean up in a big circle here. So I'm just going to pause it. I'll run down, I'll show you the fighting. Well, unless I get killed, then I probably won't show you the video, but I'll show you the fighting, and if you're like me, then the fighting is not really part of what you want to do. Some people really like it, and sometimes I used to do it just for a change or whatever, but I'll show it to you, and then we'll get back to the building. Okay? Cheers. Actually, one thing I should mention before I do that, I spent a few minutes and just let this run, so I have a ton of ammunition, almost 6,000 of the yellow stuff, 1,400 of the red stuff. I'm handcrafting some of the red stuff in case we run out. We'll have a little bit trickling into our inventory. I'm taking grenades, a bunch of turrets, and repair packs, of course, and a few walls, maybe a few more walls here. This is probably overkill, but like I say, I don't usually fight these guys that much, so I'm taking just tons of stuff, and hopefully that's enough to get us through. So I'll see you in a bit. Hey there. Now we're down just to the left of a nest here. It's a fairly small nest, so it should be okay. And again, I'm not great at this, so just take this as an example of one possible way of doing it. And if you like to fight the biters, then I'm sure you'll develop better techniques, or you can watch a few other streamers and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do something called turret creep. So I've turned off my cheaty movement mod. I still have far reach on, so I can reach a little farther than you can in vanilla, but I highly recommend far reach anyways with modest little settings, because the default reach in the vanilla game is pretty frustrating. So all you do here is you just kind of creep up, and this is why I have a ton of ammunition. So I'm just going to put like 100 in each. I'm going to slowly creep up. Another technique too is you can, if you're kind of worried and it's a big nest and you're not sure if you can take it, is you can build, well, actually I would do this a little bit differently, make it a bit bigger, is make yourself a little fort as an anchor point. So something like that. Put a string of turrets in, and if things go south, like really bad, just run back as fast as you can, go hide behind these turrets. I mean, that's certainly something I've done in the past that works, and then you can kind of reset and come back to it. Okay, so you can also do this with a lot less ammunition and turrets. You just have to pick stuff up as you go. Okay, and then this is what the repair packs are for here. Okay, now because I've got the settings kind of nerfed, it was actually a pretty small setup, so this is a worm here. Those things can be pretty tough, and these are kind of the basic nests. I forget exactly what the term is there. So now what you do is you sort of clean things up. We're being attacked somewhere too. Yeah, we're being attacked on the power here. Small attack so far, but I don't have any automated way of replenishing the ammo down here, so I filled up the turrets as best I could. But if we'll organize a more sustainable defense in a bit here around the sort of the bootstrap base that we're building. But for now, I'm just going to sort of clean out some biters' nests, and I'll just buy us some time here. Okay, so I'm going to clean these up. I'm going to go clean out some more nests. Oh, something's being damaged here. Okay, that's on our stone there. Okay, so I'm not going to dwell on this part of the game. I just wanted to show it to you. I'll go clean stuff out and we'll get back to building. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, I spent about 45 minutes sort of cleaning things out a bit. I don't really know exactly how much time I've bought us, but every nest that was in the cloud has been removed, and a few that were getting close I also removed. So you can see on the map there's a bunch of red sort of not too far from our cloud. So I don't actually have a good feel for the expansion rate, but we'll just keep an eye on it. And if I have to go do another run or whatever, we'll do that. In the meantime, just around our starter base here, I ran a double wall and I put some turrets with some ammunition in it. Now, that's not going to really save us from a sustained attack here, but what it'll do is it'll buy us enough time that if we do get attacked, you know, it'll fight for a while. These walls will take a while to puncture. It'll give me time to react to it. And if we get repeatedly attacked in a certain place, we just beef up the defenses and carry on with life. Now, one thing that can be done, and I might do this down on the power because power is pretty crucial, is you can belt this like around or, you know, in loops or whatever. Put ammo on the belt and put inserters into the turrets as long as you have power. So I'm not going to do that right now because what I've done is bought us some time here. And biters are, like I said before, I've nerfed them a bit in this game. So what I'm going to do is have a look around. Oh yeah, by the way, when I did the biter fighting, I lost maybe about 10 turrets. And I used about 2,000 rounds of the yellow ammunition. So if it looked like overkill when I ran out there with 6,000 rounds, if you do that turret advance thing, where you lay down 10 turrets and put 100 in each, that's 1,000 per sort of row of turrets that you're laying down. So you can do it kind of on a budget, and lots of people are really good at it. But if you're like me and you struggle with the military aspect of the game or whatever, just practice overkill. Do tons of ammunition. Research your military texts and stuff like that. So what we've done in the text is I've done the weapon shooting speed and the projectile damage up to level 4, which is what we can do. And we'll do some of these other ones as well too. But right now I want to get back on the next steps of the game. So I'm just going to go on pause for a minute, get a drink of water, and think about what I want to do next. But let's carry on with the building aspect in just a moment. Okay, so the first thing I can see here is our science is not really... I expanded the lab, sorry. I should back up a minute. Yeah, back up a minute here. I noticed before when we were doing the military tech that all the beakers of science were getting to the end and there was stuff queuing up, so I added some more labs. And I also researched research speed. So we're researching 50% faster, and we have more labs. So that means these assemblers that I built to do the science aren't really keeping up with the expanded capacity we have. But if we go into here, to the production tab, we're using the assembly machine 1s, which have a crafting speed of, I think it's 50%. Yeah, crafting speed 50%. And we can actually make these blue ones here, which are 75. So they'll be 50% faster than the existing ones. So that's kind of an easy fix, if you will. Not a fix, but it is an enhancement to our production capabilities. And all we need for that is assembler one's green circuits, gears, and steel. So we have steel and gears, and I put a little thing in here to make green circuits. This was initially for the repair packs here, but we can steal some of those for assemblers. So let's steal half of those. And I just want to see if we have any assemblers in the box. We were making them. I can't remember if we were making them here. We're not. Okay, so I'm going to handcraft some of those, and we'll come back and maybe we'll do a massive upgrade on the factory. So that's the first thing we're going to take care of, and we'll do that in just a minute. Okay, so I've crafted up some assembler 2s. I've replaced all the ones in the factory. At least I think I have. I know there's 4 somewhere. Okay, we'll find those over time and replace them. Green science seemed to be the one that was lagging, so I put 2 more assemblers in for green. This one I kind of had to do some real spaghetti work to get that going. But it looks like we're getting the science a little farther down the bus here. Of course, it's going to vary depending on what we're researching. And what I really want to research right now is solar and stuff like that, and we'll work on that down the road. But the big one that we did, it just sort of happened while I was doing the upgrades, is our chemical science pack. So this is going to be our next big step. So for this, we're going to need sulfur and red circuits. And if we go into Helmod here, and we have a look at our formulas for red circuits, say we want, I don't know, 1 per second, just for example. And we'll make these assembler 2s now. So we're going to need plastic, and that's the big thing for us here. So that's in a chemical plant. It comes from petroleum gas, which essentially is going to come from oil in a refinery. And those are going to need pump jacks. Okay, so I'm going to need to craft some pump jacks and some oil refineries and chemical plants. And here's what I'm thinking. I kind of want to expand into the bigger base, but I'm going to delay that just for a bit. And I'm going to build a smaller oil production facility, which is going to get us some plastic and some sulfur and a few other things. It won't be a big scale, but what I'll do is there's a couple of like personal items are quite handy to have. So modular armor here is the next level of armor, and that needs red circuits. And there's a few things that I'm researching, like belt immunity equipment and a few other things that are pretty cool to have. And it'll make us work better and faster and stuff like that. Also a little bit safer. And it'll let us kind of dip into some of the more advanced technologies. And then that'll help us build the bigger base. So I'm going to go on pause again. I'm going to get together some of the equipment we're going to need, and then I'll be back and we'll build some oil. I just queued up a bunch of stuff for manual crafting to do the oil. But I was looking at things, and I think we have all the technology to do trains, and I haven't built any components for trains yet. So this base is a little bit goofy, but I think I'm going to make it a little bit goofier. And let's work on maybe a little bit of trains here. Or at least the components for it, at least we're ready for it. And let's do this. And this. And we'll make ourselves a little sort of mini bus up here. And let's see what we need for rails here. Stone, steel, and iron sticks, okay. Some of this will be box fed, but that's okay. So we're gonna go iron sticks there, into there. Stone and steel will have to be Not necessarily. Let's bring down... This will be a little bit goofy, but I am a little bit goofy, so... Especially if you run the belt the wrong way. There you go. Oops. Yeah, undergrounds can be a bit tricky sometimes. Alright, so this is going to be stone. And we can put a box here. I think we got steel down in our little miscellaneous thing here. So let's do that. Okay, and let's make a big box here. A couple of steel boxes, but that'll take a while to craft, so we'll do, yeah. That's putting something on the sacred path, but we can deal with that. So that's going to give us a box full of rails over time here. Now, train stops, we can handcraft those. But the rail signals here and the chain signals, we'll use a fair amount of those. And we need iron and we need greens, okay? Now to make greens, just to refresh, we need iron and copper cable. So what I'm going to do here is... Well, let's make... Okay, and do 2 long handles for the copper, speed one there. And you need iron. Okay. Now, I'm not going to be proud to put this on the actual path here, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to put this here. Adjust this. Now signals, plain rail signals is the one you're going to use the most of, so we'll put that first. So it's going to be greens and iron. And this guy is going to be chain signals. And I don't mind actually making 500 of those, and we'll make 300, 250 of those. 300. And you're not making stuff because... Oh, I borked the belt here. Okay. Sometimes the undergrounds, if you put them on wrong to start with, they don't recover really well, so just to like remove them and replace them. Okay, and engines we need to make as well, and those are green also. So I think I'm actually going to do a repeat of this here. And this, we'll do that. And now for engines we need, we're here. We're going to need gears, pipe, and steel. Actually, I might bring that down the other way, so why don't we do it... Well, you know what, we can probably handcraft those. The more I think about it. So let's just do a box of green circuits here. And here we're just going to build the engines. These are the ones that take Yeah, 10-second crafting time, 2 pipes and a gear. So let's set those up to start running, and then we can handcraft a few engines if we need to. I think that'll work as a plan. That doesn't actually need iron, it just needs steel. Okay, box in, box out. And we'll actually need engines for pumps as well too, so I'll leave that steel over there. Let's take some out of here. Okay, get rid of the iron here. Alright, I want to do some trains, so additional greens doesn't hurt. Engines are produced very slowly, and we need 20 per locomotive, okay? And then the pumps here just need 1. Okay, we probably should build some pumps for our upcoming refinery setup here. So I think I'll scoop the first few engines here and make some pumps. But we have a lot of handcrafting to do, so I'll probably go back on pause here for a minute or two. Now if I look at the map, we have crude oil out here. This is just below where we're pulling our stone out. And let's see, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I guess we'll need 16 pump jacks. And I think what we'll do is maybe what I'll do while we're handcrafting here is let's go out and do a little bit of like a military base. We'll surround the pump jacks and everything. Actually, let's see how big our refinery gets, and then we'll build the refinery out near this spot because it's below our main bus, or where our main bus will be. So that'll work out. We could just direct things upwards when we need to. So we'll go out, we'll put oil wells on here, we'll build a refinery sort of up above the oil. We'll then surround that with walls and turrets and stuff like that. And we'll get some plastic production, some sulfur going. And the other thing I think we should really think about too is solar power. Now solar needs copper, steel, and greens, all of which we can do. Somewhere in the research queue I've got batteries, and actually let's see if I can actually do that now. Electric energy accumulators here, this is the one. So solar only generates at night. So if your factory is powered by solar, that's great, but as soon as it gets dark, you lose all your power. So the strategy is either have like a steam coal burning backup, or you put in what are called accumulators, which are basically battery-based, big batteries, right? So they charge during the day, they discharge during the night. And the advantage to going solar as early as we can is you can see our pollution cloud's still spreading here. In fact, it's going to hit a few more nests in a couple hours here. And a lot of that is coming from the fact that we're burning coal just like in real life. So the sooner we can convert to solar, the better for us. But we'll need a fairly robust production chain to do that. But getting oil online will lead us down the road towards batteries and accumulators and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go and pause until a bit more of this stuff builds, and then we'll go over and take care of our refinery. Alright, a little bit of time has passed. We've got our pump jacks, we've got some chemistry plants, we've got a little bit of stuff. Actually I should build these pumps. I forgot to do that. So let's quickly do that. And the pumps are here, steel and pipe, okay. And we're gonna build 22 pumps because 22 engines is what we have at the moment. Sorry, we'll put the steel back in the box here. Okay, and we're building some of that. A little bit too much in our inventory at the moment, so we don't actually need belts as much at the moment. Okay, and I overbuilt the storage tank, so we'll put some of that in there. Okay, and I built in these, so I'll put some of that in there. Okay, let's do that. Let's top up on our pipes, because I use some to craft the pumps there. Okay, get our speed normal here. So I also, I made some gates here, so we'll do that, but I'm gonna do a running path over to where our oil patch is gonna be. Okay, so that's just below where our oil patch is. And while we're here, let's plunk the pump jacks down here. Okay, and if you hold one in hand, you can see if you missed any spots. Doesn't look like I did. So that was 16 of them, okay. Now, let's run back here. The sacred path. Wow. Unless you want to build railway parts, I guess. Okay, now we need to bring some power out. And we could bring it down from the stone mine, but I think it's probably just as easy. Oh, it's actually running the running path. Oops. Okay, and I want to put a radar in, but I've had a couple biters chew our radar, so it's just gonna put a little bit of ammo in here. Now, I don't actually know whether adding the turrets will make it more likely we get attacked, or the same. I know that biters consider radar military equipment, and they will attack it. I think that's overkill. Let's just put 2 in. Alright, so we're going to orient this up. So let's have a look at Helmut here. And I've got 1 per second on the reds, but let's maybe make that 10 just to see what it looks like here. Yeah, that's quite a bit. So let's go down to 2. Okay, so that says it's going to be 9 pump jacks worth, 5 oil refineries, 2 of our chemical plants. Okay. So the ratio, I think we've got 10 oil refineries. So why don't we actually fire all those down? Oops. Let's clean some of this stuff up, I guess. Okay, the other thing too, why don't we build ourselves a little teeny shelter here. Shaky hand day, I guess. Okay, so just in case we get set upon by biters or something, we'll just run in there and hide. Bravely. We'll hide bravely. Okay. Now, actually, it's been a while since I've done vanilla, so why don't we have a look at this here. Alright, so we're going to get crude's going in and petroleum is coming out, okay? Now, there's different recipes as time goes along here. But, yeah, we got, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 16, right? Okay, so let's actually ratio this out a bit here. 2 pumps per. Why don't we go 8 to start with here? I was going to put all 10 refineries down, but let's just go with the 8 here. And if you have a holding tank, and I always like to buffer stuff. Now, there's different theories on whether that's good or not, but I like to buffer stuff. But on tanks, it's pump in and pump out, just to make the fluids flow the best here. Actually, I want that up one. All right, and can't wait to get robots here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is hook up 2 pumps to each of those, or 2 pump jacks, I should say. So we'll kind of take the farthest to the left ones here and get these going here. And we're going to bring this down. Okay, just take a minute here to hook all this stuff up. And here's the furthest left here. Yeah, we'll go with those guys. Alright, and the next batch will be that guy and this guy. Alright, we have to get some more pipes here. This is pretty pipe intensive stuff. Okay, oh, there's one down here we kind of missed, or I missed, I should say. Alright, well, let's run down from the next tank and see what it looks like here. Okay, so if we did that one, and what else do we have here? Maybe this one? Okay, let's run this a little different here. We'll do this. Okay, so that's those 2. Okay, now we'll run this one here. Okay, 3 more to do here. So that one and that one. Alright, and flip these, flip these. Okay, I think that's all of them, but we'll find out in a minute here. Okay, let's see if they're all pumping here. That's a good start. Okay, you can see our refineries are working here, but the output's going to fill up. So let's output into a tank with a pump. And we're pretty quickly going to run out of pumps here. Yeah, 5 left, so let's go see how our engine making assembler's doing there. I'll just pause until I run over there. Alright, we're over at the engine assembler here. Yeah, we got a good chunk here. 66 anyways. So let's come down here. Clean out the old inventory. Got our 4-hole wood that we've gathered in there for the poles. Now again, to make pumps we need steel and pipes, okay? And there's our 66. Let's put our steel back. And we used up most of our straight pipe there, so we'll get some more. Maybe even 2 stacks of straight ones, and let's top up our undergrounds here. Anything else we need? We can probably put these pump jacks away for the moment. I built 20, but we only needed the 16. Now let's take a little more wall out. Probably going to want to wall that, or I will want to wall that off, so. We're making the pumps. Okay, let's run back. How's our rail production doing? Ooh, nice big stack going there. Let's replace the iron box with a steel box. It's a little bit more. Okay, and I'll run back to where we're building our refinery. Alright, back at the refinery site here. Alright, you're not working because I didn't power that pump. Fair enough. And I didn't power that pump either. Getting derpy. Alright, so if we go back into Helmut here, so we've got 8, but we'll use this for something else. We'll figure out sulfur in a minute too. So probably what I'm going to do here, I think we'll take half the refineries and put them into plastic, and then the other half into sulfur. Does that make sense? Now let's follow this recipe. Let's use 5 for plastic into 2 chemical plants and into 16 assembly machines. No, 16 assembly machines. That's going to be for the red circuits. Sorry. Let's get 5 of these into 2 chemical plants here. Now that ratio doesn't really work out super great. Well, let's put one of these down and see what our recipes look like here. Okay, so we also have to make acid out of sulfur for the batteries. But let's focus maybe... Yeah, let's just focus on reds, okay? So it was... sorry, the ratio was 2.5 refineries to 1. Okay. Let's do it this way. Let's go... Let's actually go 3 refineries into 1 chemical lab. And where's your input? Right there, okay. Alright, let's do it like that. It's kind of an awkward ratio to work out. Alright, this is going to need coal. And we have a little patch over there, 4.2, which I'm okay with. So let's see what our belt would look like here. Let's make the input long-handled inserter here. And we'll figure out our output in a minute or two. Okay. I don't think I have any miners on. Oh, I do have 50, okay. Let's get rid of that rock there. Okay, we got a little bit of a water problem. Let's go up. Looks like we're gonna run out of belt, but we'll get over there and then we'll run down and grab some more supplies here. And let's go down and find some power. Okay, and I probably want to put radar there, put a couple of turrets just for fun. Nah, I'm not going to put 100, I'll put 50 in. Alright, and bring the power over here. Okay, now, where are we going to take the plastic here? We have nothing up where our bus is going to be, so let's go get some more belts here. Okay, down to our base. Okay, I'll just put a gate in there. And this stone patch is sure disappearing quick. Good thing we got that other one going. Now I'm down here for belts, right? I got a bunch of this in my inventory. Okay, now we've got pumps, we've got chemical labs. But our job here is running over the plastic. Okay, oops. I wanted to get to normal speed here. So if we're going to do a small thing of red circuits, we're going to need copper and greens. So this little line up here, we can actually extend that over here somewhere. Okay, so why don't we bring in the plastic, you know, say something like that. This is taking the bootstrap base a little farther than I wanted it, but that's okay. Don't have to play the same way every time, every game. I'm also streaming Factorio Space Exploration mod, which is quite a bit different than this, so switching back and forth between the mods, that's pretty interesting. At least to me. Okay. Oh, how many bone does this produce here? 2 every second. Okay. Just a shade goofy. Alright, so that will be plastic. It won't be a ton of plastic, but it's going to be plastic. Okay, and the way that worked out, we left us with 2 refineries over here. Let's go back into Helmond. And... oh, actually, just so I can remember, we're going to need... 3 green circuits, okay. So 3 greens, and then we'll get our reds going. So let's clear that out. And let's see, sulfur. Okay, it's basically just petroleum gas and water. Okay, in a chem lab. Actually, let's put a number in there so we can actually get ratios. Let's say 1. Let's say more than that. Let's say 10. Okay, and I just want to get the ratio from the refinery perspective here. Yeah, okay. So it's more refineries than chem labs. Fair enough. Okay, so petroleum in on that side. Okay, and water in there. So where's our nearest water? Look to the side here. pressure pump here. Yeah, there. Okay, and those don't need power, so that's okay. Okay, we'll extend that over in a second here. I just want to make sure this is actually working here. Okay, it's looking pretty good there. All the refiners are still firing. All the chem labs are working. Okay, I'm good with that. While we're here, though, this gives us a little bit more wood for our telephone poles here. Our power poles, I mean. Whatever the heck those things are that carry electricity here. Trees are the enemy. Actually, you know. Oops. No, it's more than one grenade. Okay, right. Careful with grenades. If you throw them too close to yourself, you can blow yourself up, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, let's repair the wall that we broke here. Okay, now which side of that? Okay. Yeah. Just trying to figure out how far to extend this here. Okay, I'll come back and place the turrets and all that stuff off camera here. It's kind of boring to watch, I know. So. And if we come down here, let's make this about there. I probably should have protected the belts, but I'll get over it. This is the least likely side to get attacked anyways, so. And we don't have much ammo on us at the moment. So I'm just gonna plunk 2 down right here. And I'll come back, like I say, off camera and make that a little more robust. So let's go extend our sulfur over. Then I think we'll get red circuits going. And then I'll probably end the episode there. I've been playing quite a while, but a lot of it on pause, I guess, so not really sure how long the episode's going to be. May actually end up being a short one, but I do need to get some more coffee and take care of a few things, so let's get a little bit of red circuitry going. Okay, now let's just take that to there for the moment. Okay, I'm actually going to go back on that recipe there. I was going to try and remember it. I think it's 3 greens that we wanted. Now, what did we have that on? 2? Can't exactly remember. Let's see. Yeah, 3 greens, and it's going to be 6 of these, I'm sure. Well, okay, it says 7, but... Okay, so we need, okay, let's set this up in a more traditional fashion. And dang, I got the belt here. Okay, let's take this stuff out manually here. Okay, I'm going to bring this over. We'll do a little more traditional green circuit build here. Half destroyed trees here. Alright, so just with the ratios here, those are green and these are going to be copper. I don't actually know if we have the copper production to sustain this at the moment, but we'll find out. Alright, so 3 green circuits into 16 reds, okay. And they also need... Oh, that was the 7 was for these guys, okay. I don't think we're going to need to, or be able to build that big a setup here. Let's build what we can. Okay, so the ratio there basically, let's eliminate this, okay. Okay, so it says 3 assemblers can feed enough coil to 16 of these, okay. Okay, so this is gonna be like so, and like so. And I think the way to play this here, let's put a splitter in there so we're like half and half, and we'll go Okay, I need some more belt here, so let's take a bunch out of there. Let's clean up our inventory again. And I could probably put some of this pipe in here too. Got quite a bit of it. Let's dump off the wood on our power pole generation here. Alright, back up here. You know, actually, let's do it like that so we can. Eight, 9. All right. Let's see here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, let's see if we can do this here. Oh no, that's spaghetti. All right, now I think I have enough inserters here. If you play Factorio, I highly recommend Bob's Adjustable Inserters mod. It makes life a lot easier. Okay, let's do all the ones facing this direction here. Okay, how we're gonna get this over. So. Alright, I'm surprised if any of this works properly, but there you go. Two, four, six, eight. Okay, for some reason I have copper ore in there. Okay, get rid of it over there. Let's try and get rid of it over here. Oh, if anybody's wondering why I've got raw fish in my inventory, you capture them out of the lakes and they heal you. So I had a few for when I was fighting and stuff like that. Okay, this actually seems to be working not bad. Except for the copper, we don't have nearly enough of that. Okay. Yeah, probably, oh yeah. It says only 3. But what the hell? Might need fast inserters, actually, is probably what the problem is. We actually have fast inserters, so let's do that. That looks to me like we're saturating that belt now. Let's watch the end of it here. It's almost making it down. Oh, actually, it is. Should have just given it another minute. Okay, we're saturated now. I'm not going to mess around with that anymore. So we got red circuits going. This is a good thing. So what do we need to build my modular armor? We need steel. Okay, and we can take out our heavy armor. Let's build the modular. Just gonna get my coffee going here. I'm just gonna go and pause for a second. Alright, coffee's poured. Now let's have a look at what we can actually put in. And this, the neat thing about modular armor, if you've never used it before, is if you right click on it, this actually got an inventory in here, or an equipment grid, if you will. Now it's only 5x5, but it's a start. So let's come in back into our crafting menu here, and we can craft portable solar panels. We can put batteries in. Belt immunity. Now this one will save your sanity. If you're standing on a belt, the belt won't move you. So you can build on when there's a lot of belts around, you can build without being driven crazy. Night vision here is awesome. Oh, this is part of the Afraid of the Dark mod. Cool. Well, let's try that. I put Afraid of the Dark mod in because I'm streaming and recording, and just keeps the screen a bit lighter at night. So, well, let's make those. Let's see how that works. Belt immunity we're going to make. Now, we need some batteries and we need some solar panels here. So I don't really know how long this episode is, but I kind of want to get this stuff, so let's work on that. They look kind of like shades too. Okay, where is my belt immunity? There, okay. So I want, the batteries are 2 high and 1 wide, so I'm going to put 5 batteries across the bottom. And the solar panels are 1 by 1, so we got room for 10. Okay, so let's look at this 1 by 1. So let's do the solar panels last. So in order to make the personal batteries, we need batteries, okay? So let's go into our favorite hell mod here and see what it takes to make a battery. Okay, so a battery is, let's put a number in here so we have a ratio, is iron and copper and sulfuric acid. And sulfuric acid is made in a chemical lab with iron and sulfur and water. Okay. Now let's look where we had sulfur over here. And we could probably bring it. Let's see where we got stuff here. We're getting pretty spaghetti here, but what the hell? Okay. Yeah, you see the way I was being flung around by the belt there. That personally drives me a bit crazy. Okay. Yeah. Alright, and let's give ourselves a little bit of room here. Actually, let's swing this over this way. And our sulfur's right there. And we've got coal nearby if we need it. Okay, so we want 1 chem lab, maybe making sulfuric acid. And maybe 2 just for fun. Okay. Yeah, we could probably even do it right here. Okay, so sulfur in there. And yeah, can we move that down now? I can move this one though. And iron in there. And we need water. So let's have a look around. There's a pond right there. Down to 1 offshore pump, so I'll have to make some more of those. let's output this into a tank. Oops, not undergrounds, I want straight ones here. Alright, now this tank should fill up with sulfuric acid. And then we need copper and iron. And this actually says 4. Okay. Let's reorient this there. Spaghetti. And I said 4, right? And those are going to make batteries, and they have to be one closer. Nice, okay. Okay, let's get the sulfuric acid inputs here. Take the one from the top, and these ones will take the one from the bottom. And they'll come out of there. Okay, oh, and why is this disconnected here? Dummy. That's why you want power redundancy in case you take a pole out or the biters take a pole out. No, actually, I want to figure out my inserters first here too. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue, isn't it? Okay, let's actually do copper on the front here. So I'm going to take this out, step this back. Quit derping around, derpiness. Okay. Input on the top here. And then we'll do red handled output on the bottom. I could have used medium power poles, I suppose, but grab the wrong ones here. Okay, a bit of messing around, but we now have red circuits and batteries, at least a minor amount of them. Clean this up here. Green circuits aren't making it all the way now. Oh, looks like our copper is struggling a bit. Fair enough, okay. How many rows of copper did I do over here? Only one. Well, that's okay. We got decent production anyways. So let's come back here and get some of these batteries here. And go back into our menu. So I want to make 5 of these personal batteries. Energy shield would be really nice. I'm going to build one just to see how big they are. They might be kind of too big to be practical in this armor. Ooh, flamethrower turret. That's something to maybe get into later. But for now, we need to build 10 of these portable solar panels. So we need to set up solar panel production here. And that's actually fairly simple. Okay, so copper, steel, and greens here. We're boxing off greens in a couple of places, so let's grab some. And copper, steel, and green, right? Okay, and I think it was 10 that we wanted. Let's just see how big this is. Ooh. Max consumption 240 kilowatts, okay. Well, that takes up 4 spots, so we would have 6 solar panels. Let's build 6 solar panels and see what the power generation is. I suspect we're not going to be able to practically use that energy shield in the modular armor. Okay, while we're waiting for that, let's get rid of some of the junk here. Once you have robots, we don't have to worry about junk in our inventory, but... Well, actually, it would be kind of fun if we can build robots just for this little starter base. Our bootstrap base, I guess I'm calling it. Alright, and we're about to produce our first solar panel here. So these produce 30 kilowatts. And what was the max consumption on the energy shield? 240. And if we put that in... we would only have 180 generation. But you know what? Let's keep that energy shield in our inventory. And we'll run with 10 of these. And if we do get in a fight, we can put that in. And we'll be running on 6 solar panels and the batteries. So, yeah, it's worth actually having that in our inventory. Okay, did I miscount? Am I clicking there? Oh no, I only made 6, okay. Well, let's make the other 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you come down here left of the armor, it says it's at 0 at the moment. That's charges for the battery. So hopefully we'll see that climb once the solar panels kick in. Although, according to the clock up here, it's almost daylight, so... Yeah, I'm excited about that. See, I'm standing on the belts now and it's not moving me. Now, sometimes you do want to run down the belt, just for extra speed. But you can always sort of pop out that belt immunity module, if you need to. Okay, so I think I'm going to end the episode here. This is episode 7 of Factorio. And I think I did a fair amount. Cleared biter's nest. We got the oil going, at least on a smaller scale. We've got sulfur, sulfuric acid, we've got batteries, plastic, and red circuits. And just for a giggle, okay, what's it going to take to do a little bit of blue science here? So sulfur, red circuits, and engines, we can do all that. Okay, so next episode, we're going to do some blue science in the bootstrap base here. Get that going. And then after that, we're going to have to expand up into our bigger base, which means a bunch more furnaces, a bunch more mining. And we're on a rail world map, so some of the patches are fairly far away. There's a close patch of iron there and over there. So those will do for our expanded iron production or expanded steel production. If we want that chunk of copper way over there, we're going to have to fight some more biters. Or we could train in some stuff from down over here. Okay, we want to, let's just check our power too. Okay, power's doing fine. Okay, so I'm pretty excited for the next episode. We set ourselves up pretty good here. So I'm Derpy Moose, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.